you know, English lesson tonight, pronunciation lesson. Umesikia Samuel.
Yeah.
Is, you know, schizophrenia. That one is actually a surprise for me because I used to say schizophrenia. Yeah. So tonight we have you here in studio and you have a fantastic story. One to do with mental health, one to do with bipolar. That is affecting millions and millions of people right now.
40 million people in the world.
40 million people in the world. That's a huge number. So maybe you can just tell us a bit of the story so that the audience can understand who you are and everything.
Well, I'm Samuel Ocheng. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I'm a gospel musician by the name of Gospel Dynamite. I started singing 25 years ago. How old were you? Oh, sorry.
What? Okay, I was still around. I was still here.
I started singing even before Kina Daddy Owen came into the picture, even before Afton. We were like less than 10 artists in the country in 1999, the year 2000. Yeah. So I had hit songs like Chungmalo, Victory Dance. I had 2 songs in the charts nationally.
Oh, nice.
Those days, yeah. But nowadays, kuna competition.
Company hard. Uko TikTok. Lazima uko TikTok ndio uweze ku.
Nimeshindwa kudance TikTok.
Takufundisha leo.
Well, I'm also a chairman of Serene Minds organization. Basically, this is just a community-based organization where I together with my team of psychologists, we help people who are battling various mental disorders. Yeah, so my story is that around the year 1999 or the year 2000, when I just finished high school, I was a celeb.
You were a celeb.
But I was. And I used to sing in like 5 concerts in a day, in one day.
Wow.
5 concerts, unaimba hapo, unaimba. So this brought a lot of stress on me. So suddenly I became psychotic. I lost.
What does that mean?
Psychotic means you lose touch with reality. You become, yani unafanya vitu sio za kawaida. And
like kama mwendo wazimu ama.
Sio ndio kama. Although that is stigmatic, it's stigma. We avoid saying it. But apologies. No, just say it. Yeah, we avoid saying mwendo wazimu because there are words that are stigma, whatever, stigmatize people. So I became that one, cheesy. They say cheesy. So I suddenly thought I was a prophet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I used to frequent a club called F1, Ilifungwa, the one that...
Pale kwa petrol station. Sikuwa naenda najua from the news.
So me, I suddenly thought mimi nimetumwa na Mungu kuhubiria watu usiku.
Kwa club?
Sio kwa club. Tao mzima. So especially the ladies of the night. So I used to go disturbing the peace of people at night. Sometimes I wake up at 2 a.m. to go to town.
Unaingia town 2 a.m. kuhubiri?
Ati kuhubiri. Shouting and watu watanisikii. But sometimes I could slowly talk to some people. Interestingly, some of the ladies got off the street. I don't know, to me, I thought I was normal and doing stuff that are normal. But my parent, my mother and my brother knew that something is fundamentally wrong with our brother and son. So they got to talk to a friend. My mother talked to a friend of us and told her, the friend told her to, because before then, they had sought the services of pastors.
That is the first
men
place.
Of God.
That's the first destination when you have a problem.
So, you know, this, because of ignorance. So they said I had demons.
Oh, really? Ukatolewa pepo?
Nimetumiwa mauchawi. Waliomba. Sometimes I was surrounded by even 20 people. Wanatoa mapepo. But it couldn't help. There was a time I was surrounded by around 7 pastors. Pouring anointing oil on me. But
na mama alikuwa amezinunua ili nenda kwa mama
manze ati amepatia mapasta sadaka but it couldn't help. So the only person who helped was a psychiatrist. My mom now, the friend also had a son who was battling bipolar. So she had been helped by a psychiatrist. So she went and saw the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist told her that I need to be admitted. Now the challenge was, Here I think I'm normal.
Yes.
And watu wanataka kunipeleka OC.
Imagine. So in your head you thought, me, I'm normal, and I'm just preaching to this.
Yes,
people.
yes. Mimi niko, not only preaching. You know, sometimes I used to do funny things. Ati nimeoga na suti kwa shower. Mwosho moja.
Sasa hapo ibada ingekuwa nini? Hata mimi ningekuwa madhe, ningesema hapa.
Nimeenda kwa suti na shower ati.
Sasa vile uko sasa hivi kwa shower.
Mwosho moja.
Paka na microphone.
And I used to do some crazy stuff. So apparently, now that I couldn't go, I had to be tied up.
No way.
Yes, I was literally tied up because sometimes I could be found in town. They don't know where I am. Nimepotea. So the day walinipata,
wakakufunga,
waliorganize watu, nikafungwa, and I was admitted to Nairobi West Hospital for about 1.5 months.
What?
Yes.
Sasa ndo kaanza sasa treatment sasa.
Yes.
But they wakuja kukufunga, walikudunga shinano ukalala ndo
uko ukienda in a psychiatric ward, the first thing they do is that they give you a powerful injection, a sedative, ya kukuimmobilize. And then you're talking to a room, it was strong room, where it has no windows, it has only a door. You stay there until you come. Na unafungiwa huko. I stayed there for almost 2 weeks. 1 week nikatoka tena, nikataka kutoka, nikarudishwa. Yeah.
Okay. So all these things happening. So at what point did they crack it that it's bipolar? And because you know bipolar is affecting so many people, like you said, 40 million people in the world, and even in Kenya, I'm sure there's a big number. Hata wengine wetu hatujui tuko nayo.
Yes.
So at what point did you seek help and even agree to be helped, you know, into being cured, if maybe that is a word to use? And uliingiaje kwa maneno ya mental health awareness?
Sasa now, after being taken to the hospitals, of course there was a psychiatrist who bipolar cannot be detected in the blood, sadly. It cannot be at unatolewa damu ipimwe.
Yes.
It has to be a psychotherapy, where my mom was asked questions, how I behave, what I do when I'm sad or when I'm psychotic or how violated. And they gave them, the psychiatric, my history. And that is when I was diagnosed as being suffering from bipolar. And bipolar, there are three types. There's bipolar 1, 2, and cyclothamia. Bipolar 1, you oscillate between mania and depression. Mania means it's yani you are too happy, too excited. But in bipolar 1, you can lose your mind.
Okay.
Yeah, you can become psychotic and lose your mind on the manic phase.
Got you. Okay.
It's just it's two poles. It's either you are happy, excited, uko juu, you have ideas, or very sad.
Okay.
It's also a disorder of energy. When you are manic, you have energy to do activities. You are out there. You are, and then there's depression now. So you shift.
Okay. There's no middle ground.
Yes,
right.
There's no. And then there's bipolar 2, which is hypomania and depression. Hypomania is a milder form of mania. So in a bipolar 2, you can't lose your mind. Okay. Then there's cyclothamia, which is just mood swing, but still exaggerated as the other two. As the other two. Yeah, so that's when I was diagnosed as battling bipolar in the year 2000. Okay. Yes.
And so now, as we stand, in the interest of time, now where we stand, where are you? Is it curable? Like now you can say you're free from bipolar 1? No, it's not. Bipolar has no cure. Once you are diagnosed, you take medication for life. For me, I take medication every night. A single tablet that helps me sleep, regulate my mood. But since the year 2018, I've been managing it without even seeing a psychiatrist. Oh, okay. I haven't seen my psychiatrist for almost 7 years now. I just manage it myself, and since I've been able to overcome it, that is when now I encourage other people, or in Serene Minds organization, I give tips to other people who are battling. Even families, because sometimes the family doesn't know what is happening with their son or daughter or friend or uncle. Yes. All right. So you start now, from that now you start the Serene organization. Yes. So tell us about the work that you do, and also somebody who's watching right now who's feeling like, I think I have it, or I think somebody who I love has it. How do they go to, how do they get help? Serene Minds organization, we have a team of psychologists. And we have connection with psychiatrists. So when people come to organization, or when, yesterday, I received a distress call, and I had to go all the way to where the person was, and to help and
if I talk and I assess and I see the situation is severe, we have a team of psychologists who come up and help people who are battling various, not only bipolar, because in the world there are over 200 types of mental illnesses.
Wow.
Like anxiety affects 300 million people in the world.
I'm sure, yeah. That one definitely affects all of us.
Depression affects 280 million people.
Yeah. So if you put all of them together, there's something that affects somebody.
Yeah, so they say in the world is 1 out of 8 persons in the whole world. 970 million people battle one mental health condition or another.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so in Kenya, it's 1 out of 4 people.
1 out of 4 people?
Yes.
So there's a very big problem.
Yes, so that's how we help them with psychotherapy. Those who have severe cases, we try to marshal resources to take them to see a psychiatrist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like for everybody who's watching and they're feeling there's something that they're getting from you, like it's not the end for them. Because I mean, you're an advocate.
Yes.
You're saying you're a busy person, too busy to be depressed. So your life is continuing, even with being diagnosed with bipolar. You're still able to lead a good life. Are you with relationships? How is that going?
Yeah. When it started, it was a bit tough. In the university, I was first called to do economics and sociology as my first degree. So 2002 to 2006, 4 years. I failed in 16 units because of bipolar, and I didn't graduate.
Whoa!
I didn't graduate. It was terrible in campus. Unatembea hivi unasikia unaitwa hey, ni aje chizi.
Oh my goodness.
You do something funny, you are told by the other students. So, kwani dawa za wazimu zimeisha. And so I lived an isolated life. I was mostly in the hostel sleeping, and that is why I failed in 16 units. So I took a break of 2 years and began studying law afresh in the year 2008 to 2012.
Okay.
Then
so that's the time that you had started the medication, and now you're able to.
Yes. Now, when I was studying law, I knew about my condition. At least I could know the drugs that works well and how to manage my thoughts. So I managed to pass the degree in Nairobi University in 2012. Then went to do the postgraduate diploma at the Kenya School of Law, which is tough to pass.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I hear about it.
People who are normal take even 7 times to resit the classes and they give up kabisa. And they say wanaachana na law, but I managed.
So right now the relationship, sorry to cut you, the relationship that you have with your parents, you know, with your family, like now is good. You're able to know, like, when I am in this state, maybe I need to take a pill. Is that how you do it?
Yeah, I have a good relationship. I don't stay with them. They stay far away from me, kidogo, but in Nairobi.
Yes.
But we have a relationship with them in that they monitor my behaviors and what I'm doing or what I'm saying. Then they tell me, niaje, hapa uko, are things okay? Are you taking your medication or should we go to see a psychiatrist? So, yeah. But relationship-wise, imekuwa ngumu sana. It's a challenge. Mimi nimewachwa 30 times. I've had over 30 relationships since this bipolar began. Sinajaribu tu, because now uko hapo at the onset of bipolar, uko hapo umepata dem supu, ako college, kidogo psychosis, umeanza kuwa prophet, umeachwa. Unapata dem tena, and then bipolar comes with as a package. It comes with a package of hypersexuality. Your libido is high. If you find a lady who can't maintain that, unaachwa. And then kukasirika haraka. It's part of bipolar. You are irritable, unakasirika. Dem ameweka chumvi mingi kwa chakula, we toka hapa no uende na usirudi. Mbona hii chai haina sukari, unataka kunipatia diabetes? Na dema sheenda. So that's what.
But 30 times, Samuel.
30, and I keep on trying. Hata sahi najaribu.
But then, if you're watching, Samuel is trying. Be patient, he's really times. Even being proud, not proud, but being open umeachwa 30 times.
Yeah.
Maza, I give you props. Even nikiachwa, ala siwezi sema nimewahi achwa. But let me ask you, as we wind up, and I feel like this conversation needed to be, much longer because there's so much to unpack about mental health. But talk about the stigma, because you kept mentioning, even when I said that word, I don't want to say it again, you were like, don't say that kind of a word. Let's talk about the stigma and how, if somebody feels that they have an issue with mental health, they can rise above the stigma. And also how the community should treat people who, are dealing with one thing or another, whether it's anxiety, whether it's, bipolar, depression and everything.
Yeah, stigma is there. Even for 25 years, I still face stigma. My colleagues from our
You said 45?
25.
25. Okay.
For 25 years, I've been battling stigma from people, public stigma, which, if you're not careful, it causes self-stigma. Now, sasa wewe ndo unajichukia, wewe ndo unajidharau. So, people are mean outside there. Unapata mawakili, unakwambia, because of your mental health, I will not engage with you any further.
Oh my goodness.
They tell me that. They tell me, hey, cheesy, wakili, cheesy, you don't. Yeah, they tell me all those. Still to date. In WhatsApp groups, I'm told, when before I came out as battling bipolar, they didn't know. In 2018 is when I told people I'm battling bipolar. Before that, nobody knew for all those years.
Yeah.
So when I mentioned it, ndio madharau zikaanza. You are engaging with somebody with maybe in social media, and lawyers like to argue a lot. Unapata a senior advocate anakuambia because of your mental health, because of osmosis, utanipatia hizo demons.
Oh my goodness, that is terrible.
So it's there, and if you are battling...
So how do you deal with that when you hear that from your fellow colleagues?
Well, at the beginning, if you're out there and you're battling a mental disorder, it takes time to grow out of it, because it won't stop. It will always be there. You just learn to shut your ears and to ignore. And that's what I've learned over the years. Yes, to shut my ears and ignore, and also accepting yourself. Yes, I accept me. Sawa, if you insult me that I have bipolar, so what? I have it. I've accepted it. Yes.
So accepting yourself and closing your ears to those issues and bad comments like that. But that's so mean. How grown-up people say mean things like that? That's terrible.
Yeah, and that also because of stigma, I don't get as much work as other advocates because of perception. So huyu mtu wakili na bipolar, will he handle our case? Yet I have not lost any case, maybe one. I think I have not lost any. So, and then because of public stigma, they say that I don't get as much work as other advocates.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So when I came out and basically trying to Serene Minds is mom, I had to make a choice. Do I want to make money or help people battling disorder? Okay, so I chose to help people, and that means I don't get as much work as other people.
Okay.
The people who give me work ni watu outside the country, maybe in US, UK, who know that people who have mental disorders are very sharp.
They're geniuses. They're actually geniuses. Oh my goodness, Tano, thank you so much for sharing with us. As we wrap up, maybe tunaweza simama hapa before to engage your chapati na ganga. So just very short, message, because I know this is, affecting so many people. Just somebody who's watching and they're affected. Just a quick comment to how they can actually just be as confident as you and as cheery as you too.
Okay, first I would like to talk to the members of the public to reduce stigma. At the comfort of your phone, you can Google what are mental health issues, bipolar, schizophrenia, what it is, and you will find out that these are normal people who are battling chemical imbalances in their brain. For people who are battling any mental disorder out there, I would like to encourage you to do a lot of research. It helped me. I knew about bipolar, I knew about the symptoms, the medications that work, and it dispelled all the myths surrounding the bipolar, because I came to learn that it's just a disorder of the brain. It is not demons. So do research and you'll be able to be comfortable.
I love that, man. Thank you. You've touched my heart. And also may I have something to tell the ladies, man. Be patient. Kama chumvi umeka mingi ya jam kidogo.
Ameachwa 30 times bana juu ya chumvi.
Ameachwa 30 times, bro. 30. Unajua 30 times ni mingi?
30.
That ni yani it's a lifetime ya msema.
Lifetime ya relationships zangu ni maybe 1 month or 3 weeks. Msikue hivyo.
Basi sasa pia usiku na jam sana.
Haya sawa, nda reduce. Nimereduce. Siku hizi nimereduce. Ukiweka chumvi mob.
Unamwambia tu babe manze usiweke chumvi mob. Aya, wacha tusikie hiyo. By the way, you know what? He's a fantastic artist, like we said earlier. Twende bu, tuweke hiyo song tukimaliza show tonight.
Sawa, hiyo song inaitwa Kuon Chapa.
Kuon Chapa.